Hey guys, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the Las Vegas square from the 2020 Vibrant Vintage Crochet Along, or VVCAL. So to get started, we're just going to make a slip knot and then chain 3 and slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. And you can chain 4 if you prefer, or you can make a magic ring, whatever you prefer. So for the round 1, we're going to work straight into our center ring with a beginning DC, and that's going to be a single crochet. Just go straight in. I don't chain up for single crochet. A single crochet and 1 chain, and that is going to be the first double crochet of our round. So now we're going to make 11 more double crochet in that center chain, so we end up with a total of 12 DC, including the beginning DC that we first made. All right, so 11 more double crochet into that center ring. All right, so I'm just about finished with this round. I just have to close the round. So into that beginning DC, we're going to make a slip stitch. So just go into the first chain with a slip stitch there. And make sure your slip stitch lies loosely over the stitch so that it looks like the rest of them. All right, now to start round 2, and before we start, I'm just going to mention that this is Shape Just Katana, and I'm using a size 3mm hook, just in case anybody wants to know. And in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. Don't chain up, just go straight in, pull up your loop, and make your single. Chain 7. And then make a single in that same stitch. All right, now chain 3. And we're going to skip 2 stitches and then make a single in that next stitch. And now we're going to go with our repeat. We're going to chain 7, single crochet in that same stitch, and chain 3 and skip 2. And just continue around until you get back to the beginning. Okay, my round 2 is nearly complete. I just need to join my round with a slip stitch in the first single crochet of the round. All right, and now to start the next round, we're going to slip stitch into 4 of these chains. So just go straight into the chain, not into the chain space. So go straight into the chain and make your slip stitch, and make sure that you're not tightening up that slip stitch. It needs to follow the chain, because you're just trying to get to the top of this loop. All right, so once you're at the top, once you've done 4, now you can continue with your round. So what you're going to do is chain 3. Now you're going to make a 4 DC popcorn into this chain 3 space here. And you're going to make 2 in there, so just kind of push this one off to the right. Make 4 double crochet. Okay, squish them over to the right, because you're going to have to squeeze in another popcorn in that same chain space. Now remove the loop from your hook. Insert the hook front to back through the first DC. Then grab your loop and pull your loop to the front to make your popcorn. Now chain 3. And repeat that again with a second popcorn in the same chain space. Make 4 double crochet. Okay, release the loop from the hook. Insert the hook front to back through the first double crochet and pull your loop to the front. Now chain 3 again. And now you're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 7 space. Chain 7 loop. All right, so you're going to work in this manner all the way around. So you're going to chain 3 again, and now we're at a repeat. All right, so I just wanted to step back and show you how this round looks. And I'm ready to join to finish the round out. So I'm going to make my slip stitch into that 4th slip stitch, which is at the very top of the chain 7 space. So just go into that slip stitch, and then we're going to make a single crochet around the chain 7 space and the slip stitch from the round previous. So just make your single crochet right in that spot around everything. Chain 3. Now we're going to make a 3 treble cluster. So yarn over twice, skip this chain space right here and go into this chain 3 space that's right between your two popcorns. Pull up a loop and draw the yarn through 2 loops on the hook, and then draw the yarn through 2 loops again, and you're going to leave this 1 loop behind on your hook there. Yarn over twice, same thing. Go into the space, draw the yarn through 2 loops twice, and once more. And then whenever you draw the yarn through all 4 loops on your hook, you close your 3 treble cluster. All right, so that's your 3 treble cluster. Now chain 3 and make another 3 treble cluster in that same chain space. Okay, and chain 3. Here's what it's looking like now. Now we're going to go into that same chain space with another 3 treble cluster. So there will be 3 total, and this is going to be our corner. All right, now we've got our last 3 treble cluster in that chain space, chain 3, and now make your single crochet into the top of this chain 7 loop. All right, so that's how the side is looking. Now we're just on a repeat. Chain 3, make your 3 treble cluster into your corner chain space right here. Make sure you skip this chain space. All right, and you're gonna work that way all the way around. Okay, so my round is just about finished. I just need to join with a slip stitch into my first single crochet of the round. All right, so to start the next round, we're gonna slip stitch into 2 chains. All right, not into the chain space, just straight into the chain twice with a slip stitch. And now in the same chain space, we're just gonna make a single crochet. And then we're gonna work into the next chain space with some 2DC clusters. So just yarn over, insert your hook into the next space, pull up a loop, and yarn over and draw the yarn through 2 loops. And repeat that, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook, draw the yarn through all 3, and your 2DC cluster is complete. Now just chain 1, make another 2DC cluster, and we're going to do this 2 more times now. So chain 1, 2DC cluster, all in the same chain space. Chain 1 and 1 more to make 4 2DC clusters all together. All right, and then we're going to chain 3 for the corner, and we're going to make those same 4 2DC clusters with chain 1 in between into the next chain space. All right, 2DC cluster, chain 1, twice, and 3 times, and then once more. And then don't chain 1 after that 4th 2DC cluster. So you just got 3 chain 1 spaces and 4 2DC clusters there. Now go straight with a single crochet into your next chain space. All right, that's kind of to anchor this little corner petal, and that's how your corner is going to look. Now chain 4. Go all the way over to the end of this chain space with a single crochet, and now you're into your repeat. So now you're just going to repeat what you did with these 2 chain spaces. Make sure you chain 3 at the corner here and work that way all around your square. Alrighty, so I'm going to join to finish this round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. And now we're going to make our last round, which is just single crochet stitches all the way around. So first I'm going to go into the chain 1 space here with 2 single crochets, and I'm actually going to do that with all 3 of these chain 1 spaces. Just make 2 singles in each one. Okay, so now I've got 6 singles so far. Now in the corner, I'm going to make 5 singles. And that 3rd single of the 5 is going to be your absolute corner stitch. Now we've got 3 chain 1 spaces here, so I'm just going to work 2 singles in each one of those. Okay, and now into the next chain space, I'm going to make 5 singles. Okay, and that's how we're going to work all the way around our square. So my next move would be to make 2 single crochet in each of these next 3 chain 1 spaces, and I'm going to show you how the corner is going to start looking, and then I'll show you how the square looks when it's complete. Okay, so this square is done. I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round and then pull up a long loop so I can cut it and weave my tail in, and other than that, we're done with the Las Vegas square from the 2020 Vibrant Vintage Crochet Along. This is Rachel with Cypress Textiles. If you want more of these patterns, you can go to cypresstextiles.net. This is Shape Just Katana yarn with a 3mm hook. And I hope you guys will join me for the next square.